What is going on, kid family? Yet another day. Just finished my taxes for 2019, and I gotta tell you, man, they took a lot of money out of my account. But it is what it is, man. We gotta get this day started. And I'm telling you one thing, leather seats, man, on these warm days, it's hard to get in here. Your butt is frying like an egg on these leather seats. I love the leather seats, but man, I'm telling you, it's crazy. And these are not even cooled, so you're gonna suffer a little bit on a warm day. But on today's video, we're probably gonna take it easy, man. I'm tired. We went out to a car meet last night. Absolutely insane car meet. It was local here. It was the first time going out to one of those. I can't believe it. Towards the end of the meet, when they were kicking everybody out, the police was just kicking everybody out. They had a chopper. They had a chopper in the air flying around, spotlight and all. I just couldn't believe it. It felt like West Coast kind of stuff, how they do takeovers and whatnot. So that was crazy. But on today's video, man, we're still waiting for parts. So what we're gonna do today is just some small minor things. Again, we're gonna check those front brakes to see if the calipers are sticking, and then I'm gonna just probably reassemble the whole rear trunk, spray some paint on the caulking, and just minor details we'll touch up today. We're gonna try to take it easier today. It's another hot one, but yeah, we'll get it done slowly but surely. All right, we got some black spray paint. We're just gonna spray it right around these edges, clean up that caulk just a little bit here. Forget the bottom here either. Not sure if you guys can see the staining on the carpet right here. We cleaned half of it already with the LA Awesome cleaner, and it's doing a fantastic job. So we're gonna touch up all the nasty pieces right over here, clean it all up so it's all nice and uniform. Alright guys, we're back over here. We're pretty much done. We just finished washing the carpet right here. It had some staining, so we washed it. It's drying right now. Everything is put back together in the trunk, and everything fit really nice. I'm surprised all the parts were there, all the bolts, you know, all the little miscellaneous things were there, and everything came to be fitting appropriately. I had to figure out how everything goes. I wasn't exactly sure what goes, especially with these connections, but we got all the supplies here. We got a spare tire with great tread. We filled it up with air. We locked it over there. Now this is where the jack stand actually goes. We got it nice and tight over there, and you know, you can't even tell all that caulking work we did and the spray painting. We can't even tell, and you know, the black blends in with the blue perfectly, so I'm pretty confident no one's gonna notice and look into detail right over there. So overall, I'm going to finish this up, put the carpet back in, gonna pop that little headlight on. We took it off because we knew we were gonna be working on the car and it's draining the battery, so we took the headlight off. Other than that, the rear end's gonna be complete. We can move on with the car. All right, guys, we got the lug nuts in. Right here you can clearly hear that the rotors are still making some contact right now. Again, I don't have all the lug nuts in, so it might be swaying a little bit, but this one's moving. And now this is the interesting part. This one is not moving. Granted, we are missing 2 studs, but still, even with that, look, it takes a little bit of effort to get this thing going. It is slowing down. Give it a little bit of gas. See, once you're driving, it's moving, but look. There's a lot of friction right here, and I'm not liking that. Compared to this side, that's moving much more freely. That probably explains why all these studs broke, because there was an excessive amount of heat right here. But I'm surprised the brake pads look okay. And on today's video, we are going to be inserting brand new studs into the wheel. We ripped off 2. If you're interested in seeing how I do it and how it's done, it's a very simple process. It's going to be my first time doing so stay tuned and watch the entire video. So it seems like Toyota has a problem with their lug nuts. They swell up, they rust from the inside, and they're no good. They're a pain to take off. And we might have had some issues with the brakes overheating here, causing things to seize onto each other. And you could see 2 of the studs got ripped off into the lug nuts. So we went ahead, we ordered brand new studs. These were fairly cheap. Now these are M12 with a 1.5 millimeter pitch, so make sure you get the correct ones. Also, it's a good thing to do is to measure your old ones here and compare them to the new ones, and as you can see, it's the same length here. So fortunately, you're gonna have to take off your disc, your caliper, and if you're lucky, your car's manufacturer actually has a slot like this one right over here where you can insert it. If it doesn't have such a thing to insert, what's gonna happen is you're in the world of hurt, because they're gonna have to take off this whole hub assembly, press it out. Now you're taking off the axle and whatnot to put these in. So if your car manufacturer has a slot like this, it's a good manufacturer to stick with. And you can see these bolts have some splines, and those same splines are inside right there. So we're just gonna install it here, kind of gauge it where it is. And now is kind of the tricky part. I've seen a lot of tools being used for this. One thing you need is an open-ended lug nut. You can't use a lug nut like this, because this one I've tried, it won't even go all the way in. It stops short. So this is no good. You need something open. Also, I'm going to be using a 24 millimeter socket here. See, this is going to go through the bolt right there, and it actually has a nice circular groove in there. And what I'm thinking I'm going to do is this angle of the bolt is going to ride inside right there, and it's just going to tighten. We're going to tighten this whole thing so it goes all the way in. So just let me try to do this, and let's see if it works. I'm going to start off by hand right now, tightening it. Alright, well, it's starting to go in. So what I could do at this point is I can take the impact gun and try to impact it. Pull the axle to you guys so you can see. And there you have it, guys. Worked like a charm. The new stud is in. This worked out great. Just minor scratching there. Again, it's not a perfect round circle, but it did the job. Everything worked. So I'm just going to repeat that process on the next one here. and we'll have everything installed. So you can actually get really creative with how you want to insert it inside. Well, first thing I do is I put some lube on the edges there. I'm gonna put it in, and I mean, I'm using again a socket here. You can use different things. I've seen people use spacers, gasket spacers, just to push this out. As long as you have a wheel lug nut that's flat, you should be able to do it just like that. Since this one's kind of tapered in, we don't want to use this on the hub assembly. And this is very hot right now, so you know there's a lot of heat and friction going through this. All right, we threaded it in by hand. Let it rip. Alright, that's all she wrote, guys. At the end of the day, everything looks good. This lug nut took a little bit of heat, not big enough deal to cause any real damage. The studs look great. We'll be able to mount the wheel now and put the new lug nuts in that we just picked up as well. And yeah, they're perfectly flush, so at this point in the game, you know you're ready to go. You can reinstall the brake disc and the caliper, and you're good to go, guys. Real easy. This was my first time doing it, and I had no problems. The impact gun definitely helps, but it seems like you are able to do this by hand. Worst case scenario, you'll just have to put something here so this whole hub assembly does not spin. It's anchored in. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a big thumbs up for me, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Peace.
I ain't here for the money, I ain't here for the fame. Though it might be nice to own a jet plane, I'ma do it all for you. Come along and see it's true, but the world is pretty cold. You might need a sweater too. I'ma put a ride on ya. Kid from California, trying to make it in life. In school they never taught ya. Dream